are these moments that come once, maybe twice per century, where a lot of change happens in a short period of time. Often it takes a crisis of some sort to trigger these nonlinear changes, a war, a recession, a natural disaster, peak oil. Anyway, it is quite possible, and I know you've heard Dave Portman talk probably about the three crises we're facing. It's quite possible that we are approaching another one of these historical moments when a lot of nonlinear change can happen in a relatively short period of time. And we can't predict exactly when this moment might come. It could come relatively soon. But what we can say is that we have to be ready for it, and we have to understand that what we're going to try to do, kind of the way the right way does it this way, is to use these moments to install serious changes, system upgrades that will endure, that will last beyond the political opportunities. And if we look again back at American history, one can see that there actually were a lot of major system upgrades that we made at various times in our history that we now almost take for granted. Things like universal free public education, an incredibly radical idea a couple of hundred years ago. Universal suffrage, et cetera, We've done some amazing things that have lasted because they've become part of our general operating system. So we really ought to be thinking ahead then, when we have another chance to make major upgrades to our operating system. And what would our risks look like? And here are a few possibilities. But basically, I would use the next opportunity to build a lot of these common wealth management institutions. And I include things like a social insurance fund like the Canadian system for health insurance, and things that provide non-labor systems for everybody, that limit our use of scarce ecosystems, that include universal broadband access, that fund arts and culture. For example, if we made corporations that benefit from our gifts, our free gifts of copyright and patent protection, if we made them pay something for that incredibly valuable service, we could use that to fund all sorts of research, public health research, arts and culture. There's just a lot of things we could do to create less of a corporate-dominated science, corporate-dominated culture.